Got Richard Von Davies says, I'm taking an existing product, um, pinhole glasses, adding a chip made by a friend, which reduces the harmful effects of EMF and suggesting the use of unique healing patterns, which I inherited from an old lady, when wearing the glasses as the way to get the most out of it. I created neither the glasses nor the patterns nor the EMF protector, yet can see how it all fits together in the timely relevance because of overuse of screens and phones in them. My question is, am I overthinking my niche, that this is something that would be interesting to anyone in the alternative health for eyesight, or is there essentially a market for who this is especially relevant? Great question. Richard, where are you calling in from today? Where are you zooming in from?
Unmute, there we are. Bristol in the UK.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was at your London workshop a few weeks ago.
Yes, I remember. Now, okay, so what are your thoughts about promoting this at this moment? What ideas do you have so far?
Well, when you mentioned, well, certainly what I got from your workshop was the relevance of doing my own 1 hour signature workshop, for sure, because it contains a really good story, the experience, and people can experience it directly. So that would be really good. And there's plenty of places around here. And it's a completely unique offering. So I think that I could generate some interest. When you mentioned Lara Eastburn, I thought, well, probably Facebook ads would be really good because you can narrow down eyesight, short-sightedness, alternative health, really kind of hone it in. So those are the two things. And I travel around to wellbeing shows at the minute and just spend hours trying to talk to people about it and just trying to hone that kind of the elevator pitch. So I'm doing, and about half the people I speak to end up buying them. So I can see that it's people are taking it, they're receiving it. So it's kind of working in that sense, but I don't know whether it's just something that is relevant to any well-being show, any practitioner, anyone interested, or if there's a specific. It's really that when I realized that pinhole is an anagram of iPhone, but with an extra L, I thought there's a real resonance with this, and using these glasses, it really does undo. It was for me using the phone and looking up and realizing that my eyes were getting worse, and it really fixes them. So. But then I had these other elements which I couldn't resist to introduce, which was the chip and then these patterns. And I thought, if I could create this package with the product and then like the training guidelines and the relevance of the chip to the phone, it could be really neat. It may be something to do with timeliness, like you said on the workshop, of people when they first realize that their eyes aren't how they used to be, or parents' concern for teenagers and eyesight as an epidemic of short-sightedness on its way, apparently. So there may be that kind of for concerned parents. And then there's the whole EMF protection crew. You wear them on your head, and the things about people having illness from radiation potentially. So I don't know whether to work hard to knit it all together to one unique thing, which includes the color, the sacred geometry, these access different meridians, or whether I'm just over and I should just stop at the presentation that these correct your eyesight. And this is how I suggest you do it.
No, okay, so this is an interesting case study. There's a difference between how we market products and services. So what you've got is a product. With a service, you're marketing often the journey. With a product, you're marketing the island A and island B. With a product, you're marketing the boat. So in this case, we've got the boat. Now, one of the if you're offering a service, ideally you've honed it down to one island A and one island B, right? And this helps people with back pain to not have back pain anymore. Boom. And in this case, there may be multiple things that it's doing. And so, I think about there's a restaurant, Nourish, in Edmonton, a superfood elixir bar, used to be around. And it had so many different audiences. You had the old people, you had the vegans, you had the vegetarians, you had the yogis, you had the holistic practitioners, you had the foodies who were just interested in a different experience. So I think you've got a similar thing here where you're going to have multiple target markets. So the first thing I would do, and by the way, if anyone wants to brainstorm ideas, just type in Richard's name, all caps, in the chat and throw down ideas. But so Richard, all caps, colon, just so he knows it's for him, and you can throw ideas down of places to promote it. But the first thing I would do is just make a list of all the ideas that you've got. I think they're all great. I mean, some others I'd throw down: biohackers, the whole biohacking crowd, the who else? The just holistic practitioners in general. They're natural eyesight people. Who work on natural eyesight repair would probably be interested in a new product that they could introduce their people to. This might be something they've been looking for a while. Yeah, certainly parents, parenting coaches, such holistic parent websites, especially for teens. God, anyone who coaches parents with teens or any resources for parents with teens, so phone addicts could be a thing. So there's lots of possibilities. And then it's figuring out where's the best response. That's something that Facebook ads can be great for, because you can spend just a very small amount of money testing, the same ad on different target markets and seeing where the heat is, which may be useful to do, because this is one of those, sometimes we just have to try a bunch of stuff. You throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and you see what sticks. You try a bunch of presentations, and sometimes 75% of the time you'll be right. 25% of the time you'll be surprised. You'll think, oh, this crowd's going to love it. And there's just nothing. Generally, my feeling would be, I mean, since you're like a 50% conversion rate on conversations on the spot is enormous. It's normally more like 15. So that's something to just keep doing. I mean, my God, I would just keep doing those as much as your constitution will allow. But the leverage here is not reaching the people directly, but reaching the people who could reach them. And then, yeah, this is the kind of thing where potentially a signature workshop, and or it's they become affiliates, distributors of the thing. They get a cut on however many they sell to their people. They just email their people. Here's an email for you to email to the people about this, and here's how we'll track the sales. That kind of thing. Yeah, you've got I think it's a wonderful idea. I think there's probably tons, but then once you've done the initial brainstorming, what are all the places or people, the types of hubs, then I would pick your top 3. I would do some experimenting, thinking it through. You might do some tests, but at a certain point, okay, what are the top 3 to focus on? And then even out of that, what's the one that's the most likely to put 80% of the energy into? And really delve down in that, because we can spread ourselves so thin. And it's better to just, which is the one that gets the most bang for the buck.
Cool. That's great. Thank you very much. Yeah. Super. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.